is the biggest factor that brought Mac Dre to legendary status, because he's a certified legend. But what would you say are the biggest factors that made him reach the legendary status?
Excellent question.
You know what? I'm gonna say a lot of it has to do with them, because since Mac Dre passed, these guys have like dedicated their lives to the memory of Mac Dre. And you know what? And regardless as to what you've read in the media or what's happened in the past, it is them. They go from city to city, state to state, fizzed out. So.
And if you really want to know what made Dre the legend he is the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Everybody that pushed his music, that pushed his name, and made everybody else recognize. Cause see, when we first started doing this, it wasn't no MySpace, it wasn't no internet, it wasn't none of that going on when we first did music. When we first dropped music, you had to put it on a tape, and we passed the tape from one person to the next. This is one of the first people that had a tape out, and him and Dre was, Coolio and Dre was making tapes and passing them tapes out, and them tapes went from one hand to another hand to another hand, and it bounced all the way around this Bay Area before it went anywhere else. So the Bay Area started this legendary movement with this music. So we want to thank y'all, because if it wasn't for y'all, it definitely wouldn't be no movement, no Thea's movement, man. Y'all are definitely a part of this.
Look, y'all, we gotta get organized. That's it. Organized. We gotta get organized, man. You know what the police doing? They getting organized, trying to take everybody down. If y'all get organized mentally, we're unbreakable, man. We like a group of people.
Mac Dre, baby.
Organized, man.
Of course, we against the police, though. You know that. We always against the police. But we ain't doing no speeches but Mac Dre speeches right now. Can I get a yeet?
I just add everything that they said, but another thing that made him so legendary, his work ethic. He never stopped, no matter what. You know, no matter what the hand we was dealt, he said we playing it. We playing his hand regardless. And Diggs will tell you, whatever hand we was dealt, we playing his hand. We're not folding. You feel me? And his work ethic was to rival major labels. You know what I mean? We independent, but Dre always wanted to rival a major label. Like if he saw this, they was doing this, we on that platform too. We can do that too. You know, so his work ethic, everybody paid attention to before California Living, from Young Black Brother. You know, the drive that he had, and keep pushing. Like she's even in the pen, like she said, he had that plan laid out. He knew, you know what I mean? Never quit, never settle. They stole that Hennessy, you feel me? They stole that from us. We've been saying that. Never quit, never settle. You know, that was his motto, really. So, and y'all, like Diggs said, you know, the fans, keep the, you know, it's been 11 years my man been gone, you know what I mean, rocking on it, and he's still right here pushing, you know, because of y'all too. You know, so give it up for yourselves as well, you know what I mean?
Hey, let me tie it in for my man that we just kicked off the stage, though. Moms, can you tell us a little bit about Mac Dre's influences before Vallejo? Like the influences with you and what he was going through on Telegraph, and what era was Mac Dre coming up in? Can you talk a little bit about the Panthers and the rebellion that he was born into?
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to talk about, because I mean, I was living life, and like I said, I mean, I was 17 when I had him, and I was hanging out and I was doing my thing just like you guys are doing yours, but mine was happening in the 70s and 80s, and he was with me. So I think, you know, I'm open-minded and open to everybody and a little bit of everything, and luckily for me, I've survived through doing a little bit of everything. And I think, you know, my attitude has always been, you know, to be open-minded and to be accepting of everybody, and you know, and so I think he picked up a lot of that because of my attitude. But yeah, I hung out in Berkeley and in Haight, and you know, and up in Ukiah, which everybody knows what goes on up in the Ukiah area. but the thing that I, you know, kind of want you guys to know is you know, everybody goes through things in life. You know, you have your lows and you have your highs. So when you're in your lows, don't get discouraged, because there's a bigger vision and there's a bigger plan, and you know what the plan is. You guys all know what the plan is. Just keep going forward. And yes, there's going to be some stuff along the way, and this is what I used to tell him. There'll be some stuff along the way where you'll fall and you'll get in trouble and you'll get arrested and you go to prison for 5 years. Stick to your plan. Stick to your plan. Stick to it. Because trust me, when I was 17 and had a baby, and during that time, it was like, oh my God, if you had a baby, you had to go hide, and parents didn't want anybody to know, and all that kind of craziness. And it's the same thing with him. You know, when he went through his lows, he was in prison, and I couldn't tell anybody, and I was at work, and I had to hide it. But you know what? Fuck that. Live your life. Live your life and do what you know you need to do, because only you know where you're going. You might get stopped along the way, but still, you still know where you're going. Keep going. Keep going.
All right. You know what? We getting to them final ones, so raise your hand if you want to ask a question. I know my man right here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's it, okay? And we're going to play the documentary again. Is that cool? Okay. And let's try to not have no speeches. Let's ask a real succinct question so we can keep it going, okay?